Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where in the world are you located right now. Thank you for joining us on this webinar presented by Mexigrow. The topic of today's webinar is top 3 opportunities in Mexico's industrial booming market and how you can take advantage. Okay, quick introduction. My name is Oscar Vega. I am the director and co-founder at Mexigrow, Crowdsource, and Sparkline Academy. I have over 15 years of experience in global sourcing and purchasing management. Over these 15 years, I have the opportunity of working with suppliers from all over the world: Mexico, US, China, India, and Europe. Okay, so I'm just going to go over the agenda of this webinar very quickly. The number 1 topic is the growing industrial Mexican market. Second topic is top 3 opportunities of this booming in the Mexican market, the challenges that come with these opportunities, and a solution that may help us to overcome these challenges. And lastly, I would like to share my contact information for those of you who are interested in getting in touch with me and follow up with this conversation. So, okay, let's move on and get started with the first topic, which is the growing industrial Mexican market. I'm just going to go over some of the numbers. The Mexican export manufacturing industry currently valuated at over $220 billion US. Okay, and the forecast of the growth for this industry stands at 3.5%, and this is influenced by the nearshoring and the investments that are happening lately. Okay, and plus all of these, there is a 19% growth on the construction of new industrial facilities. So this is a very good indicator as well. Okay, all right, let's move on. The first opportunity, it's of course the major investments coming into the country. Okay, it's calculated that just through 2023 and 2024, there's a lot. I think it's going to be over $40 billion US already of new investments in the country. This is just on the manufacturing industry. So this massive investment indicates that it's a growing environment that offers numerous opportunities for suppliers to engage on these large-scale projects and new ventures. Okay, for foreign suppliers, this represents a multitude of opportunities to engage with new and expanding projects. And it's just not only about the direct investment, but also about the ripple effect that this creates to Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 suppliers. Okay, so we have to be very aware of that because sometimes we don't see the full picture of what these major investments means in terms of opportunities for suppliers. The second opportunity is the gap in Mexico's industrial local supplier base. What this means is that even though Mexico has a strong manufacturing sector, it still relies a lot on international suppliers for many of the components. Mexico has not been able to develop a strong local supplier base yet. And this means that while they have a manufacturing sector that it's growing, their supplier local base has not been able to catch up. That means that there is a lot of opportunity for foreign suppliers to fill that gap. Okay, the arrival of large companies like Tesla, it's increasing the demand of a lot of more suppliers and services. So this means that foreign suppliers can fill this void by providing these components, the components that are missing and they're not ready to be available locally. Third opportunity is, of course, the nearshoring effect. You know, as you may already know, there's been a lot of geopolitical changes that have resulted in a exponential growth of companies relocating closer to the U.S. market. And Mexico has been, number one target for this increase for these new companies. So this shift is driven by the need of more resilient supply chains and the desire to reduce transportation costs and lead times. But this opportunity is not only to enter the Mexican market, but also to establish long-term partnerships with these manufacturers. So for foreign suppliers, nearshoring creates opportunities to establish closer long-term relationships with manufacturers and potentially to expand their operations. Their opportunity is very important, and it's happening as we speak. This is happening right now. We are on the right time to consider start expanding the operations in Mexico. Okay, but what is the problem? What are the challenges of these opportunities? I decided to split these slide into two different scenarios. One of them is the challenges for those companies that had decided to offer their materials or to expand into Mexico, but staying remote. So if you're staying remote and you want to penetrate to expand your customer base in Mexico, you have to be aware that these are the most common challenges, and some of them are very obvious. First of all is the communication delays due to the time zone differences. This is very important, and I can tell you because I have been dealing with this for a long time. It's very frustrating for your customers to not being able to communicate with you when it's needed. The second one is addressing and resolving quality issues from afar. This is also a very common, frustrating challenge that the customer has to face. Understanding and adhering to Mexico's legal and fiscal requirements. This is also a very important challenge for those suppliers staying remote. Building and maintaining a customer base remotely in Mexico. So trying to find new customers from afar is very, very difficult. So this is something that you also have to consider. You might have one or two customers, but it's going to be very difficult if you want to expand if you don't have a presence here locally. And also very important, it's the company's decision-making hub, the decision-making people is now shifting into Mexico, meaning that if you already have a strong relationship with some of the decision-making people of a customer, that might not longer be the case, or in the near future is going to change. So a lot of these companies are trusting more and more on the local people in Mexico to be able to make those decisions, like the sourcing departments are moving because they're also reliable. So these companies are starting to move those responsibilities, those roles into the Mexican workforce. And so this is very important because if you're relying on relationships that you already have, these relationships may not be around for a long time. So the second part of this slide refers to the suppliers that are thinking into do the actual nearshore, okay, to move the operation or to duplicate their operation into Mexico to do the nearshore as we know it. First of all, and very obvious, the upfront investment for doing this is very high. So you might be facing with a very upfront investment challenge for setting up the facilities and acquiring new equipment and buildings and everything that is required to open a new facility in another country. The process can be time-consuming and often taking months or even years to finalize the movement. Okay, this is something that it has to be considered as well. The supply chain and cross-border logistics, it's also something that you have to be aware and understanding of what the local practices and regulations are. Again, this is also very important to partner with somebody who's knowledgeable of all of these regulations and local practices so that have a smooth transition. and the workforce management challenge. There is a very good skill workforce in Mexico, but as you know, the companies are all the time just competing among each other to capture these highly skilled workers. So this is something that you have to also consider while moving your operation to Mexico. You're gonna face with some of these workforce management challenges. Okay, so what could be a solution for all of these challenges? We're facing all of these remote operation and nearshoring challenges if you want to expand into the Mexican market. So I want to present to you a solution called MexiGrow. It's a service that helps you to nearshore your presence to Mexico instantly, gradually, at a fraction of the cost. Okay? And I'm going to explain to you how are we able to achieve this. So first of all, why do you need something like this? Okay, well, because we offer local expertise and support to help you stay connected with your customers in Mexico and to provide a local feel, okay? Because the customers in Mexico, they don't expect just suppliers, they expect to have partners, okay? And some other things that you need to consider is that, and I can tell you this from my own experience, it's very difficult, it's very challenging to manage a non-local supplier, especially when there are issues like, you don't know what your material is and you don't have somebody to call to and have an immediate response or have an update when you need it. Because as we already mentioned, the differences in the time zones lead to significant delays in the responses, okay? And also, very importantly, when there is a quality issue, most of the time, the entire burden of resolving the issue falls onto the customer. A lot of departments get involved, and this is very frustrating because you as the supplier may supply a defective material or something got damaged along the way, and your customer is the one who has to resolve everything, and not only your customer but all of the departments involved, like quality, logistics, the purchasing department, the finance, the operations department. Everybody has to get involved. And again, it's very frustrating for the customer that they have to resolve the issue by themselves without having you there to help them out. So just consider that this is something that happens very often when your customer faces any issues with your material. So what's your customer's wish list? And this wish list, I wrote it myself as my own experience managing non-local suppliers. So they wish that you were here, plain and simple. They wish they didn't have to rely on non-local customers. They understand they have to sometimes because of cost, because of capacity or whatever. But they wish they had at least somebody from your company here that they can talk to office hours or at any time, and that they had any response from you right away. They wish they could have somebody who can provide them with order status at any time. It's very frustrating to not know whether your material is at any time. They wish they could have somebody to help them resolve their RMAs, their quality issues with materials. Again, most of the times they have to resolve that by themselves, and the supplier doesn't even get involved. They wish that that you as a supplier will be the one dealing with the designated sorter supplier when there is need to sort the material to find out how much of the full order is damaged or is being rejected. They wish they didn't have to do that themselves, and that they can have somebody from you, the supplier, to help them out with that. They wish that you could send an expert when there is a quality issue in person that can go there and help them resolve the issue. They wish you were trained in their problem-solving systems like HD. This is very important because a lot of the times they use problem-solving systems or processes the suppliers are not aware or they don't understand because they're foreign, because these systems are not used on their country of origin. And so it's very important for your customer that you know these systems. They wish that that you can collect and bring samples directly to your desk so they don't have to deal with shipping overseas or even importing some of the samples. And it's a complete mess to try to import samples sometimes because there's something new. You have to figure out what the importation codes are, etc. So they wish that they can have somebody local that they will take care of that. They also wish that you had all the information available when they need it. They wish they had somebody who speaks Spanish to resolve their invoicing issues. They wish they had a supplier with national coverage, meaning that a lot of these maquiladoras, a lot of these manufacturing companies have different locations on different cities across the country. So they wish that somehow you will have representation on all of these cities. And they also wish that you could manufacture locally if needed, okay? Or at least that you can have the option of doing so. All right? I'm just telling you this is what they wish because I am one of them. I've been one of them for a long time. So what does Mexigrow offer? Okay, Mexigrow offers you a starting package, which we call InstaShore. And with InstaShore, from day one, you will have a local bilingual customer service that can take care of your customer. A dedicated phone line that your customers can dial directly and have somebody to answer right away. They won't have to figure out what's the full number they have to dial up to call your local office on your country of origin. Sometimes this might be very difficult, and of course, we already discussed the time zone difference. It's a mess, and it's very painful. So with InstaShore, you can have a local phone number that your customers can call at any time and have somebody to pick up. And you will also have a training process framework that will ensure that you know processes that your customer uses and that your customer expects from you to know. How to fill out our RMA, how to fill out an ADs, FIYs, etc., how to upload the invoice to the portal, etc. So we act as a trainer from your customer to you. And of course, the customer service is also going to be trained on all of these processes. You will also have from day one the quality issues and RMA immediate response team. Again, this is a expert that it's available to represent you on any quality issues that your customer may have with your material. This is very, very important, and believe me, your customer is going to appreciate that. Okay, you will also have a custom-trained AI agent system educated with all of your information, all your capabilities or your capacities, all of your machinery, everything that you consider may help the customer service to respond to any questions your customer may have. This is also very important. So the customer service can have all the information that your customer may need, and they don't have to wait for you to respond to them so that they can respond to your customer. Everything is accessible for them so that they can have all the information right away. Okay? And it's this natural language, so he or she doesn't know exactly how to ask the question. She can just ask it as a on natural language, and the AI system will respond. Okay, and very important also, as we want you to do very well, we enter you into a prospecting and promotion program. With this, we will help you to find new customers in the area so that you can expand your customer base and become a more stronger, reliable supplier for your current customers. Okay, so we're very interested in you finding new customers so that your presence here gets stronger and stronger. And this is very important for your customers, that you have more than one customer in the area. We have a platform that is specialized on promoting suppliers to the sourcing community on the Mexican manufacturing industry, which is called crowdsource.com. you will have a premium listing there as part of your InstaShop package. Also, you're going to have a representation on all of our locations in Mexico. So that means that if your customer has different locations across the country, you're going to be able to support your customer on all of those locations as well. For the same price, for the same package, you're going to be covered on 95% of all Mexico's manufacturing industry area. So 95% of the manufacturing companies are covered by our location, which are less than 3 hours away from covering each other. Okay. So this is also very important for those of you who have customers with different locations. But how much it's a service like this? Okay, let's start doing some numbers. Okay, what is the cost of opening a service office in Mexico? Okay, these are rough numbers. For example, the rental cost is for a very normal office. It's not anything luxury or anything like that. It's just an office on some of the areas with more companies doing manufacturing. Just to give you a rough idea, the rent cost of an office in Mexico will be around $3,000. This is monthly, of course. Utility costs $500. Considering a couple of people, the salaries will be $10,000, just customer service rep, and insurance $1,000, marketing and advertising $2,000, technology and software $1,500, maintenance and cleaning $800, and other expenses around $1,000 more, to a total estimated monthly cost of $19,800. Okay. Also, you need to consider that one-time cost of furniture and equipment, around $10,000. Training costs for your employees, $2,000. Legal and compliance costs, $5,000, for an estimated total of $17,000. So we're talking about around $36,800 for the first month, and a following monthly cost of $19,800. This is just, again, rough numbers of how much it will cost for you to open a service office in Mexico. This is not considering anything fancy or a team with the quality team or anything like that. So how much is the InstaShop package? Okay, so we have it right now at $693 per month. That includes everything that I already described: customer service, the phone, the training, the quality issues team, the AI agent system, and prospecting and promotion program. So for a very affordable cost, you can now offer your customers with a truly customer service experience. Okay, but I have a surprise for those of you who have joined this webinar. We have a special offer, and that special offer is just for the limited time only, for $396 per month. Okay, those of you suppliers who want to start having a presence in Mexico, right now it can cost you only $396 per month. In order to take advantage of this special offer, this special price, you have to go now to mexigrow.com/offer to take advantage of this limited time offer price. So make sure you do that today, because it's not going to be available later on. It has to be right away. Okay? But very importantly, MexiGrow is just not only the InstaShop package. We can help you to grow your local presence gradually, as needed and as much as you require. Because MexiGrow is powered by a very strong company called Impulse 4.0, from which I'm going to talk about on a little bit. You can have access right away to all of these on-demand add-on solutions that will help you grow from the local customer service representative that we're going to provide for you to a full contract manufacturing operation. So we have the capacity to help you grow as much as you need or as much as you want on a gradually form. Okay? We can start off by maybe BMI program, a vendor management inventory program. We can do that for you. And maybe you have to import or export some of the material. We help you get in compliance with that. We help you with your logistics and your warehousing. We can do all of that for you. You maybe need a local sales representative because, I don't know, your customer is requiring you to quote so much new opportunities, so much new business, and you definitely need to have a local sales representative. We can do that for you as well. We can fully manage your account for you and your customer, or we can even do the contract manufacturing. We already have a contract manufacturing option ready for you that is already working. We basically help you to go from a local customer service representative to a fully operational co-manufacturing shelter in Mexico. So again, if you want to take advantage of the offer, you have to go to mexigrow.com/offer. Okay. And with your package, you can add any of these solutions to your package at any time and as needed. Okay. There's no time limit. You can do it whenever your customer requires you to have these additional solutions, or as you decide as you need. All right. So how are we able to offer you with this? Well, MexiGrow has a partnership with Impulse 4.0, a company with more than 20 years serving companies, including Fortune 500 manufacturers, and they have a strong presence in the US, in Mexico, in the Czech Republic, and in China. So a lot of warehousing capabilities, a lot of expertise in all of those areas. We can help you out with anything that you need, because Impulse 4.0 has everything that you may require to expand your presence in Mexico. All right, so I'm running out of time, but if you have any questions, please reach out to me. We had already covered a lot of information, and I don't want to extend the webinar a lot more. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me by email at oscar.vega@mexigrow.com. Please feel free to reach out to me. We can schedule a call one-on-one to go over your particular questions or any additional comments or anything that you want to go over. Please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be glad to contact you. Okay? So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining this webinar. Please consider empower your business presence in Mexico with MexiGrow. Okay? So remember, if you want to take advantage of the offer, go to mexigrow.com/offer, and this is just going to be available for a limited time. So make sure to do it as quick as possible. Again, my name is Oscar Vega. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful